Good evening, I'm Lee Anderson. The death of a former Bend mayor sheds light on one of the city's current challenges. Craig Coiner died homeless. He was taken to the hospital in January, initially with frostbite. Tonight he'll be remembered at a city council meeting. Bola Badabo talked with his friends and family.
Though his later years were difficult, those who knew him highlight Coiner's contributions as a city leader.
I used to call him tinfoil hat smart. Like he was a genius. He was just so smart. And I think that was his downfall in a lot of respects because he just was always thinking a few steps ahead of where he should have been.
The story of former Bend City Councilor and Mayor Craig Coiner ended sadly. He passed away homeless in January. Those who knew him in earlier years remember him as dynamic and compassionate.
He was very lively. He was very vocal about issues that he believed in.
The beginning of his end, as Craig's half-sister Kristen Coiner puts it, came when his wife and dad passed away within weeks of each other.
He ended up spiraling pretty quickly after that. She was his everything, and so that was awful for him. When my brother called to let him know about my dad, he told my brother that I've been drunk for weeks and I'm going to stay drunk for weeks.
Craig struggled with alcohol addiction and mental health issues.
He unfortunately ran into problems with law enforcement several times, so that was a way I could track him. And if he was in jail, at least I knew he was safe.
I felt bad that he had deteriorated so far without knowing about it.
Former Bend Mayor Kathy Ekman said she and Greg met around 1981, both running and getting elected for Bend City Council.
Over the years that he was on the city council, he was very involved in progressive kinds of things like the new sewer department that the sewer plant that we put in. We were very involved in that back in the 80s.
Terry Ramsdorf was also a friend of Craig's.
We all have our demons, and it would be wonderful if we say, but that'll never happen to me or anybody that I know. Here's an absolutely wonderful, caring guy who just couldn't get past those demons.
Before his death, Craig Coiner was admitted to St. Charles Bend with frostbitten toes, suffered from alcohol withdrawal, and had a stroke.
At the end was so painful. It makes me feel so guilty. He wouldn't accept help, but I still feel guilty that we didn't give it to him somehow.
Coiner served as a Bend City Councilor from 1981 to 1992. He became mayor in 1984, following in the footsteps of his great-grandfather, who had been mayor in 1911.